Do you notice anything
merry.
different? Ho, ho, ho.
For 14 years, Eamonn Holmes and Ruth Langsford appeared to be one of television's most solid, familiar couples, a partnership that felt steady both on screen and off, until 2024 when their marriage quietly collapsed and they went their separate ways, seemingly closing the chapter with calm statements and careful words, and for a long time the public only heard Ruth's side, which shaped the narrative and defined how the breakup was understood, while Eaon stayed silent, refusing interviews or rebuttals until now, at 66, when he has finally begun to speak and in doing so subtly changes the tone of everything, not with anger or accusation, but with reflection that reframes both the marriage and its ending. Long before headlines and heartbreak, Eamonn Holmes was a Belfast schoolboy educated at Holy Family Primary, St. Malachy's College, and later the Dublin College of Business Studies, a background rooted in discipline and structure that would shape a career built on reliability in the unpredictable world of live television. His broadcasting journey began modestly in 1979 at Ulster Television on Farming Ulster, before moving into sports and, by 1982, anchoring Good Evening Ulster, becoming a trusted presence in Northern Irish homes, then expanding into light entertainment and live events, proving his versatility. His move to the BBC in 1986, and later to GMTV in 1993 as part of its very first broadcast, cemented him as a morning television staple, a calm, familiar voice easing the nation into the day, even as behind-the-scenes tensions and industry shifts tested him. After leaving GMTV in 2005 over its drift toward celebrity fluff, Holmes continued across Sky News, radio, and a wide range of formats, always prioritizing consistency over prestige, until joining This Morning in 2006, where his on-screen partnership with Ruth Langsford became inseparable from his public identity. Their love story, however, began quietly in 1997, introduced by a mutual friend, deliberately kept private out of respect following Holmes's separation from his first wife, a choice Langsford later said made her feel secure rather than hidden. They welcomed their son Jack in 2002, married in 2010, built a life that blended marriage and brand, and for years embodied stability, even as industry upheavals, including their abrupt removal from This Morning in 2020, pulled their careers in different directions, with Ruth staying at ITV and Eaon moving to GB News. Beneath it all, Holmes was battling relentless health issues, double hip replacement surgery, shingles, slip discs, spinal surgery, falls, and chronic pain that robbed him of mobility and independence, leaving him reliant on his wife's care and testing the marriage in ways viewers never saw. By May 2024, the split was confirmed, explained politely as diverging work commitments, but reports later suggested the real rupture came after Ruth overheard an intimate phone call Eaon believed was private, followed weeks later by messages discovered on his laptop, moments that shattered what remained of their trust. Ruth eventually spoke publicly with composure, describing pain, acceptance, and a determination to move forward, embracing independence and therapy, while Eaon moved on with a new relationship and continued medical treatment, his body still failing him even as his life shifted. Now, looking back rather than ahead, Holmes admits his greatest regret is failing to find balance between career and personal life, a quiet confession that carries more weight than any denial ever could. Their story ends not with scandal or spectacle, but with reflection, a woman discovering strength in independence, a man confronting regret and physical limitation, two lives once intertwined now moving forward on separate paths, leaving behind an era that felt permanent until it wasn't.